Sunday, Week 3, April 1999. We are at the first pay-per-view of TEW 2016. This is very experimental with the whole match aims, trying new stuff. Alright, so the storylines, we'll start from the top down. Stone Cold and Triple H, or Stone Cold and The Rock have been feuding. You know, The Rock was feuding with Mankind. Stone Cold won the Royal Rumble. The Rock versus Stone Cold at WrestleMania 15. Very much realistic, with Stone Cold picking up the victory. And now this is the return match. And just simple story. The DX split storyline. Very much like real life, except the European title wasn't involved at WrestleMania. And China is not in the company yet. Maybe down the line. Alright, Team Perfect. Pretty much Chris Candido. If you're new to the series, Chris Candido and Kurt Hennig have good chemistry when Kurt is managing Chris. So I took that. I mean, Chris Candido, the perfect protege. And he got a push. He started, I think he was the European champ. I think he might have had an he had a mid-card title, European Intercontinental. Can't remember off the top of my head. And pretty much, he just worked at it, and he had an impressive last year. Because at WrestleMania 14, he wasn't on the card. He was a jobber guy leading up to it. And then post-WrestleMania 14, Kurt Hennig came, and he says, you know, you're the perfect protege. And from there on, it's just, I've been gassing the fire. He's even a main eventer right now. Alright, we'll go to Goldust. Goldust and Brian Pillman. Pretty much, those two angles don't do the story justice. So we'll go back a year. Goldust defeated Brian Pillman. Brian Pillman won a rematch. Brian Pillman won a rematch. Goldust versus Brian Pillman again. Marlena was on the line. Pillman beat Goldust. Marlena was his manager, and Goldust wanted that to be over with. So Goldust was like, I'll put my career on the line if you let me get Marlena back, who's Terry Runnels. And Brian Pillman accepts. He cheated to beat Goldust. Goldust was gone for, let's see, from pre-SummerSlam to January. So I'd say for about solid 10 months, Goldust was gone. And that time, Brian Pillman won the Intercontinental title. He fired Marlena after he won the Intercontinental title because he's like, you know what? I'm the IC champ. I'm the champ. I don't need you. You're fucking fired. And pretty much treated her like dirt all throughout. And now Goldust came back, beat Brian Pillman for IC title. And now he wants, to end this feud once and for all. Pillman says, and Goldust brought Marlena back post WrestleMania 15 as Terry Runnels as her real name. And then Pillman says, you know what, Goldust, I'm glad you brought her back. You know, me and her had some hot times in the day when she was lonely on the road without you. So she would always come with me. And pretty much just being that scumbag, dirtball, seen it a bunch of times. Rabbit Dog, Road Dogg Batista tag team. If you aren't aware, Billy Gunn died in 1997 in the game. Decided to roll with it because why not? And Dave Batista was his replacement in DX and as Road Dogg's partner. Not as good as New Age Outlaws, but you gotta do what you gotta do. The Marvelous Ones took over for New Age Outlaws as the backbone of the tag division, and having a lot of fun with them. So this story is pretty much basic. The Marvelous Ones at WrestleMania 15 retired the Road Warriors. Road Dogg and Batista defeated the Corporation, who are Ken Shamrock and Umaga. And it's going to be a triple threat match with all those three teams. Okay, the Brood Rising. This is leading to something special. It's just planting seeds to a larger storyline. And it's a storyline that happened in real life, but changing it up. Alright, what didn't I go over? Dudley's debut. They debuted last week, put APA through the table, and they face APA tonight. And then Un-Americans. So we have Owen Hart. No, it started with William Regal. Who did it start with? William Regal, I know, is the start of the Un-Americans. I think joined him was Lance Storm and Val Venus. I think those three started it. Owen Hart joined. He became the leader because it's Owen Hart. It goes like in order of like hierarchy. Owen Hart, William Regal, Lance Storm, Matt Bloom. Very much like there. And then Chavo is the fifth guy. And Chavo turned on Eddie. I fired Eddie this time last year so he could recover from drugs, and he did. He's clean, sober now. So that's something different in real life. That happened in real life. It happened earlier in the game because I had Eddie earlier. And Taz is the new European title or champion. William Regal attacked him the past couple of weeks. Basic storyline. Godfather has been feuding to Un-Americans. Un-Americans hate the American values, and Godfather is representation of that. So that's why. And then Val Venus and Godfather are teaming up. Val Venus is back to his porn star gimmick, I guess. And they're facing Matt Bloom and Lance Storm, who are a good tag team. Eddie's facing Owen, William Regal versus Taz. Alright, so I think I covered everything. And let's start the show. I'm using a lot of different match aims. We're using storytelling match aim, epic match aim, steal the show match aim, technical masterclass, and I think one more that's different. regular, and then one more. Alright, so let's start the show off with a hype video, basic hype video of going over pretty much what the history is of the company right now, and just a hype video to start off. We then go straight into tag action with the Godfather and Val Venus versus Un-Americans. Godfather defeats Lance Storm with a shoulder breaker. Lance Storm putting in a hell of a performance. I plan on pushing him a little bit, give him a little bit of a singles push here down the line. Him and Matt Bloom, good tag team together. Take advantage of that. This is just a basic story with work the crowd aim. I tried that out, and it didn't seem to help or hurt, so, you know, I'm fine with that. Alright, so we go to William Regal versus Taz. We go straight into the match with Taz defeating William Regal with the Taz mission, defending European title for the first time. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue this feud or not. I had different plans originally with Taz going on against someone else. I might continue this to do it more justice, as I've had to fit a lot in the past 3 weeks for Raw. And I'm still getting adjusted to TEW 2016 with this mod. Alright, so following this match, we go to backstage. The Dudley Boys cut a promo which they taunt APA, pretty much introducing to the WWE Universe, or WWF Universe at the time. I hate that term, but whatever. And this is just them introducing themselves. Bubba's not doing the stuttering gimmick. It's silly. Doesn't fit me. Here, APA versus Dudley Boys ends when the Dudley Boys pick up the victory. APA's putting in solid performances. They're going to be getting a push pretty soon here as well. So keep your eye out for that. And the Dudley Boys, they're going to get a push. They're going to face main eventer and his tag friend next month. So that's the end of that feud. It's just a one-off, really. Eddie Guerrero's interview, hyping Owen Hart, his match with Owen Hart. It's a pretty basic storyline, just going at it back and forth. Eddie's like the Mexican hero, Owen's a Canadian hero, even though Eddie's from Texas. It's just Eddie's pissed that Owen got in Chavez's head. We go to a match with, I think this is a technical masterclass aim. Not bad, 86 and 80. Owen putting damn good performance. Owen Hart got the win here. Now, next month, I don't know what I'm doing with either of these guys at the moment, so I think this is the end of this feud, though. I think I can't continue it. And I wanted to give Eddie the win, but the Un-Americans lost everything else, so we need to give him some sort of win to continue moving forward. Following that, Rabid Dog goes backstage, cut a promo. The more I look at like Batista and Road Dogg, the picture of them, I can see it work. I can see, because Batista's a lot better at one-liners and stuff than Billy Gunn, but he's not as good as in ring as Billy Gunn. He's not as good as an athlete as Billy Gunn. So I like this dynamic. The more I like look at it, just thought I'd share that. And they just cut a basic promo hyping their upcoming tag defense, which they go ahead, defend the titles. Ken Shamrock head and shoulders above everyone else. And the order elimination was Marvelous Ones lost first, then the Corporation. That doesn't matter. The story is Rabid Dog wins. The title is regular match aim. Excellent chemistry all around. Ken Shamrock's performance in 96. Tisa's 77. Pretty much everyone's basic. Everyone had pretty good around 80s, early 80s, except Ken Shamrock. Him and Walger are a good team, and I'm happy with them as a team. Been planning them as a team for a long time now. Following that, X-Pac's backstage. He cuts a promo on his match with Triple H. He's saying pretty much how Triple H stabs him in the back. It hurts him because that's his friend. And Triple H gone through a lot of hard times. X-Pac's also clean and sober. So we have that. And so, you know, Triple H is just pretty much a real big scumbag. So here we have the Brood versus Kane. Kane wins in disqualification because Abyss. Guess TNA's Abyss, but he's not in TNA. So Abyss comes down, attacks Kane, and the Brood and Abyss beat down Kane. Post-match, we have Paul Bearer comes out. Pat Patterson, son of a bitch. We have Paul Bearer would come out. Let's just imagine it's Paul Bearer. Paul Bearer comes out, rolls down a wheelchair at the Druids. Kane's getting beaten down by Christian, Gangrel, Edge, and Abyss, and he gets rolled into the casket. So you guys can see where I'm going with this with Paul Bearer. Going towards the Ministry, it's going to be different because I don't have Viscera, Midian, a whole bunch of those guys. So we have Abyss in there. Here, Brian Pillman cuts a promo taunting Goldust, saying, you know, him and Marlena had some fun nights together, and he's going to have some fun nights as the Intercontinental Champion once again. Here, Goldust defeats Brian Pillman's Bulldog. They have good chemistry together. Brian Pillman put in a good performance, which is good. Wasn't expecting that of him. And this was Steal the Show aim. I figured I'd try it out. This would be the match. I was thinking of doing it. I was thinking this or Eddie and Owen. But I want to try the technical one with Eddie and Owen. So this is Steal the Show. Alright, so yeah, just basic here. And then post-match, you think it's over, but it's really not. Post-match, Brian Pillman beats up Goldust. And I'm just going to ignore that because Goldust is perfect for his gimmick. That's bullshit. Brian Pillman just beats down Goldust at the end of the match. Here, Triple H cuts a promo on splitting with DX. He pretty much says, you know, he carried DX, and DX is nothing without him. We're starting to get really towards the game persona. And then we get a hype video of all the history of DX. It was a lot of fun booking DX. I really tried my best with him. And then we have X-Pac versus Triple H. X-Pac puts in a performance, and then Triple H puts in a good performance. Pretty much Triple H gets the win here. This is storytelling. The story I would have for this match is just basic underdog. X-Pac's trying to take down Triple H, and he just can't. And we're starting to see Triple H become more physical, more cerebral, to use a term. Because at this point, this is really when they start playing that in real life, too. When he started defeating X-Pac, Billy Gunn stuff. So we're having Triple H just really take X-Pac down. This was going to be a semi-main event, but I had a feeling Candida and Mankind are going to have a great match as a semi-main, so I switched them. Then post-match, X-Pac's still down. Triple H just starts stomps on him. Shane McMahon comes on, he stomps on too, and then Road Dogg and Batista run in for the save. Pretty much saving X-Pac from any more beating. Because after all, DX is still a thing with these three. It's just that Triple H isn't there. Post-match, we go backstage. Kurt Hennig cutting a promo. Chris Candido's like warming up next to him, you know, stretching, shaking his like hands out, shaking his arms, like doing what Brock, just being like a Brock Lesnar to Paul Heyman. You know, maybe he'd say, I don't think he'd say anything here. He looks determined, you know. And then Kurt just cuts Kurt Hennig promo, talking down to Mankind, talking up Chris Candido. We go to the match with, okay, you know, I'm fine with that, with Chris Candido defeating Mankind with the blonde bombshell, whatever the hell that is. And pretty much Chris Candido gets the biggest victory of his career to date. I knew I wanted this to happen because Chris Candido is going to move on from this, and Mankind's going to move on from this. This is the last year of Mankind's in-ring career, of Mick Foley's in-ring career. So, you know, we're going to start and let him fall down the card a little bit, but not really. It's going to be a fun year. Then we go to Vince McMahon cutting a promo. The Rock standing next to him on Stone Cold. Then The Rock cuts a promo on Stone Cold. And then we get to the match with Rock versus Stone Cold. Stone Cold defeats The Rock. The rating, you know, I had this as the epic because I figured, you know, these are my two most popular guys. They're fighting, so I don't know. I wish I had the dirt sheet turned on to see what the hell was up with the rating. Pretty damn good show. I mean, 81. That's below average for what we're used from. We were in Puerto Rico, which is don't ever book in Puerto Rico. It's just there's always like penalties and stuff. It's bullshit. But overall, like beginning to end, this is a very good show. Nothing stood out, which sucks. I think our highest rated match is an 82, and we have 2 of them. I'm just looking at the matches here. Yeah, so nothing stood out, but it was a B show throughout. Like there was no B. It was consistent. Like every match was pretty damn good. Or like obviously Kane defeating the Brood, but it served a purpose. So we're gonna go with. I think we're gonna go with Dave Batista, Road Dogg. We're gonna go Ken Shamrock and Maga. and then we're gonna give it a Stone Cold because he had 100 performance. And Ken Shamrock had Umaga had a pretty damn good performance in their title match. So yeah, pretty much, it's a struggle getting used to this because I'm jumping in 2 feet with the pay-per-view. I wish I didn't have it in Puerto Rico. I should have paid attention to that. And tonight we're gonna see the post show of that. Very excited moving forward. We're gonna have I'm trying to book differently than I have been, like trying to more title changes to an extent. Just all around trying to book the Attitude Era and give it justice. This, where does this say? Goldust is annoyed, and then Backlash. Alright, so Bradshaw's big more art, whatever. Ignore that. So thank you guys for watching. Next episode, I have no idea what's gonna be on it. I think we're gonna introduce a couple things. Might be have a couple turns. So I'll talk to you guys then. Thank you for watching. Hope everyone enjoys it. Like, subscribe, do whatever. Comment what you like and comment what I should do better. Any tips to get better at this game, I'll take it. Hopefully by now when you guys see it, I'm pretty good at the game. Thank you guys for watching. Hope everyone has a good day.